Take a deep breath so we can keep traveling back to the past, to the dinosaur age, millions of years ago. The rainforest was always a fertile cradle for all creatures. Dinosaur hatchlings were guarded by their mothers until they cracked the hard shell and stepped into new life. The maternal instinct rose to shield them from the harshness of the world. Their lives would have gone on unchanged until the upheavals of nature began to close in. Far away at the dark rim of the sky, a speck of light, no bigger than dust, suddenly stretched into a streak of fire. No music, only the thin, knife-keen hiss of wind. A stone from nowhere entered Earth's air, friction blazing it bright, shedding embers, trailing a red plasma tail that stamped the sky. A few breaths later, the fire line shone into upturned eyes. Meat eaters, long necks, tilting pterosaurs, everything fell silent before something even instinct had no name for. The horizon flashed white. Then came a low, deep blast, echoing from the planet's heart. Not so much a sound as a weight. The ground shuddered, the air thickened, the whole valley panted. A wall of wind hurtled in, planing the old forest flat like a giant hand sweeping a board clean. Ash began to fall, first a sparse ticking, then a dense curtain, turning hulking dinosaur shapes into fading ink strokes against a muddy orange sky. Nature was neither angry nor merciful. It merely did its work, reordering. Meteoric fragments kept falling, like fire cast across the canopy. Tree resin caught flame, crackling like a vast field of popcorn. Only the smoke clawed the throat. The lake boiled, throwing scalding steam. The earth split into black, snaking veins, swallowing shrubs and spent bodies. Every familiar road was suddenly cut. Every trail of instinct turned meaningless. Life did not lose because it was weak. It faltered because the map of the world had been rewritten in a blink. On the open plain, herds of Brachiosaurus, Diplodocus, and Camptosaurus broke ranks, surging in panic like waves of flesh. Ancient birds and pterosaurs reeled in ash-thick air. Many lost lift and fell like burning leaves. Along the coast, the sea withdrew unnaturally, bearing the bellies of giants like lead sickness. In the depths, pliosaurs thrashed amid gas plumes venting from the seafloor. On the cliff faces, rock slides erased the terraces, leaving sheared edges where every creature hesitated. No strong was strong enough. No territory belonged to anyone. Only fear spread at the speed of wind. Tongues of fire ripped the forest. Great and small herds broke formation. Hunters abandoned their stock to run beside those who had been their prey. Rivers of ash coiled like black serpents through the valley, sweeping up feathers, shed scales, splintered bone. Farther off, a dark red lava flow crawled downward like Earth's artery laid bare, drawing one last boundary. On this side, rearrangement. On that side, disappearance. Enormous feet searched for footing, but the ground beneath them was no longer yesterday's ground. The volcano opened its mouth. Ash surged up to the clouds, red-black shadow roofing the sky. As the land dried into an ash desert, the fractures tore wider, running on past where the eye could see. Offshore, another fire mass plunged into the sea. Time halted for a beat, as if something inhaled. Then a water column reared and the ocean heaved into a wall of gray-black. The tsunami did not howl. It simply arrived. Tundrous, certain, like a decision already signed. Water crashed ashore, sweeping away trees, bodies, even the freshest footprints. The wave's tongue probed deep into the valley, looping around long necks, spined armor, hunters and runners alike, all thrashed together in white foam. Then it withdrew, leaving a plain of black mud strewn with bone and hide, giants mixed with stranded leviathan fish, eyes clouded like milky glass. Wind crossed a battlefield with no victor, only evidence. Above, the sky had shed its red, only a weary leaden gray remained. The lens pulled back, silent. History had just taken a photograph. Then the rain came, not the rain of a new storm, but the rain of cleaning up. Heavy, straight drops washed away ash and blood, scouring the surface to reveal the next task. Water gathered into runnels, circling colossal frames of bone. Insects heard the summons of decay, beetles, flies, ants, arriving in ranks. On torn, still damp skin, fly eggs hatched into tiny white maggots. Dark pupa waited to split. Parasitic wasps calmly laid their eggs in another's house. The sounds were very small, the rasp of thousands of feet, the wet peel of tissue coming apart. No pity, no disdain, only labor. When the insects finished their share, the bones began to whiten. Over that surface, fungal threads fine as night mist spread, slipping through each pore, setting modest fruiting bodies, releasing spores like a transparent rain. Underground, the mycelium shook hands with newborn roots, a wordless pact, trading minerals, holding water, sending signals like dim ancient letters of light. The soil was heavy, tired, and it still worked. This is not a story of destruction so we can start again. Nature does not tell the tale to suit us. It does not promise that every loss is repaid, that every ending is wired with a dawn. The only thing it does over hundreds of millions of years is continue. And so the lesson is not to pin our hopes on another beginning, but to learn humility before a world that belongs to no single species. Learn to hear the tremor of the ground, the rumble of the sky, to understand that the map can be rewritten in an afternoon, and that everything we call stable is only our habit of naming good fortune. Those green shoots were not born to replace anyone. They grow only when conditions allow, just as the giants once did and then ceased. If anything should be recorded from this calamity, it is a reminder. Life does not own the earth. It hitchhikes. And when this cosmic vehicle shifts gears, every passenger, no matter how enormous, must know to grip the rail and bow to nature's unchanging laws. Not to begin again, but to remember that some things, from first to last, have never belonged to us.